What is up, everybody? This is Live with No Hippie Barbecue. What I'm making today is going to be some pressure cooker carnitas tacos. I'm going to be using 3 of my favorite new gadgets in this video. First of all is this pressure cooker. I'm loving this thing. The second is going to be these taco racks from TacoRack.com. And I'm going to be using this food chopper. And this thing will save you time and cleanup. Anyway, all the links to those are going to be in the description below if you want to check those out. Anyway, the ingredients we're going to be using for this is, the recipe that I got was kind of a hybrid of 3 different carnitas recipes I found online. So let's go over what those are going to be. I will have the exact amounts in the description below, but we're starting off with some pork sirloin. We'd have been better off using pork butt or something like that, but this is what I had on hand. We're going to be using salt, pepper, cumin, some onions, a couple bay leaves, Mexican oregano, a couple teaspoons of lime juice, a few oranges, and some cilantro. So what I've done was I have my pressure cooker on the brown setting, and I have a generous amount of olive oil in there. I've cut the pork up into cubes like this. We're just going to throw this in, and we're going to kind of brown this up to begin with. Now that this pork is starting to caramelize a little bit, we're going to go ahead and add our jalapenos, onions, and garlic to it. We're going to be using our food chopper on this. This thing is amazing. Alright, boom, we got that. I'm going to go ahead and add this in. Our garlic. We're going to give it a good stir. Now we're going to go ahead and add all our seasoning. And we're going to let this cook down for a few minutes. We've let this cook down for about 3 more minutes. We're going to go ahead, we're going to start adding our orange juice to it. We're just going to go ahead and squeeze this in. And we're going to add our lime juice as well. Alright, once we got that in, we're going to give it another good stir. Now we're going to go ahead and add our cilantro. And our bay leaves. I'm going to add just a little bit of water to it, not much. Alright, now it's time to put this under pressure. Okay, so to put this under pressure, all we're going to do is we're going to line up our top dot with the unlock. We're going to slide it over to lock. We're going to hit our cook time. And I'm going to let this go for about, let's go 40 minutes on this. And while this is cooking, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just make up a little bit of a salsa. It's not really a salsa, but it's just going to be some cilantro, onions, a little bit of lime juice, salt. So we'll be working on that while this is cooking. Now we're going to go ahead and make this quick salsa. Now I got to give a shout out to the person that turned me on to this food chopper. It's another cooking channel by the name of Booger 500 US. If you're looking for some good recipes and stuff like that, run over to her channel. I'm going to leave a link to it in the iCard above and the description below. Anyway, earlier the vegetables that we cut were a little bit bigger, so now we're going to remove this big blade, set that aside. We're going to throw in a smaller blade in this. And we're we're going to go ahead. I did find that I had a bunch of jalapenos in the refrigerator, so we're going to go ahead and add those to this as well. Spice it up a little bit. Alright, that's that. Throw in our cilantro. Lime juice is about the juice of 1 lime. Salt's going to be to taste. And we're going to just go ahead and mix this up. I'm going to do that off camera, throw it in the refrigerator, let it set while this cooks. Now we're going to start working on these taco shells. So this pork only has a couple more minutes left in that pressure cooker. We're going to go ahead and start frying up these tacos. And what I have is a thin layer of oil in this skillet. It's about 325 degrees. It's only going to take about 20-25 seconds aside. So this is about what you want them to look like. We're going to go ahead, throw them on a plate, just set them aside, let them cool off for a second. Then we're going to grab our taco rack. We're going to start adding them to that. Alright, so it works just like that. I'm going to be doing about 8 tacos. Now this was cooking under pressure for 40 minutes. I released the pressure. We've taken off the top. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to scoop out this meat. And we're going to leave the bay leaves in there. And we're going to leave the liquid in there as well. What I may do with this liquid once it cools down is go ahead and freeze that and use it for another recipe. But I am trying to get as much of those onions and jalapenos out of here as possible. Alright, now I'm putting this in a cast iron skillet because once I get all this out, we're going to go ahead and we're going to kind of shred this meat up. And it's so fall apart tender that really all I need to do is push it with the fork and then shredding up. And once I get this shredded up, I have my oven on broil. I'm going to throw it back in the oven, or throw it in the oven on broil, just so we can kind of get a little crispiness on the top of this. So we got the taco shells done. The pork just came out of the oven, got a nice little crispness on it. We got our salsa's been sitting around for a while, so that's going to be delicious. I'm just going to wait for this to cool off a little bit, and then we're going to start making these tacos. Wrap only took 40 minutes. If I wasn't making my homemade tortillas, this would be even twice as simple. Let's go ahead and start filling these tacos up. And we're just going to go ahead and add our shredded pork in here. And I added a little bit of that liquid back into the pork. Once we got the shredded pork in there, we're going to go ahead and hit it with this little salsa I made. Now, I tasted this salsa and this got some heat to it right here. Boom, we got that. Now, here's a homemade red sauce right here. I think I have a recipe for this on my channel. I'm not sure. If I don't, I will be doing a video on this pretty soon because this is the bomb. Let's go ahead and hit it with a little bit of that. And I'm going to finish up these tacos, see if I can get my big-headed boy up here for a taste test, and then we'll go from there. So this is a done deal. My boy Mason here just turned 20. What's up, Mason?
I'm doing just fine. How you doing?
Anyway, we're going to keep his name with a Halloween theme, so we're going to be calling him Hetty Kruger with that big old noggin. Anyway, we're going to get down to this taste test. First thing we're going to do, grab that taco rack, hold them in the air like you just don't care. You know what I'm saying? These taco racks are the bomb right here. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into them right quick.
That chicken's nice and tender.
That's pork, fool.
It's so tender though. That pico is perfect, got some good heat to it. Just makes the whole thing come even better. And that taco shell's nice and crispy, but not too hard.
Anyway, I'm telling you, that pressure cooker, that's a time saver. And you know what? We eat tacos around here a lot, and I just do not post those because I haven't had a way to really present them all that well. And now that I got the taco rack, and that ain't no lie, I'm telling you, this taco rack is definitely worth buying. Anyway, thanks for stopping by No Hippie Barbecue and checking out this big old noggin. Comment, subscribe, and I'm out.